So it was submitted, it was authorized, it was executed. So let's go ahead and go in and see if that did what it was supposed to do. This user that I was just in as doesn't even have access to the user profile component. All we need them to be able to do is what we've allowed them to do in that form. So I need to log in as Kay, because she has all the power. And go into security, user profiles. And he should have his initiator role back. And there it is. Now, I don't have a candy bar to give out, but what else should have happened? Yeah, the data steward should have gotten an email because we changed the user profile again. Let's see if that happened. I hope it happened. There we go. There it is again. Had the GT Compow-S, I don't know how to pronounce that. He had his data changed again. So that's just a quick view of what eForms can do. We can build these processes. There's technical work involved in building them, but then they can be managed functionally. Almost everything can be managed functionally. I'm sorry, question?
Does GT Compost get an email saying that it's been upgraded, or does he just have to work?
We could set that up using Fewsteps as well. We could go in and turn that on as well.
And have you done this in any universities for like student forms?
We're just starting at the University of Florida. We've installed on their student system, and we've got a couple of forms that are being built there. No really high volume forms yet, but they've built mostly in-house, a little bit of help from us. They built a non-tuition fees request form for faculty to fill out, and that updates the system once it's approved. And they're building as a facilities management.
Building the material, that's going to be high.
That's going to be high volume. Okay, so building material.
Building and supplies,
Right.
Reporting on what's where.
When you license eForms, you can use it for any of your systems. So if you start out with HR, you can use it on student. If you start with student, you can use it on HR and financials. Okay, and we have a library of solutions that we've already built, but again, we can start and just build one from scratch as well using eForms. Let me just see how we're doing on time. I think we're all right. So let's go back to our PowerPoint here. These are a few of the things that we've built using eForms. ePath is pretty much where we started. It's electronic HR transactions, hire, job change, employment status change, lots of different forms here. We've built different clients use different ones depending on what they need and what they want. In addition to these, the University of Florida has a leave cash out form. I'm sure that I think that UH has some that aren't on this list. So we've also built recently an invoice form for accounts payable that can be filled out either by a vendor or populated from by a user or fed from a scanning system and populates the PS vouchers component. We have a paperless I-9 with an E-Verify integration. This is great, and love to be able to show you. If you'd like to see it, come by our booth and we can do a demo for you there. This was just implemented at the University of Houston, and it's also being implemented at the University of Utah. The University of Houston is doing it without the Verify integration. University of Utah will be adding Verify because they have a state mandate starting in July. That allows you to actually do Verify with one click in almost every case. GT Personnel eFile is the University of Alberta. There's a whole session on this tomorrow at 11:10. University of Alberta is hosting. We'll be helping them with that demo. But they've put all of their paperwork online. They're in the process of doing so and tying it all together in this GT Personnel eFile product. So they'll be able to see their paper forms and their eForms all in one place. We have the security eForm that we just showed you, and then all of the eForms from all of our clients are actually, they live together in GT eForms library, eForm library, that we can use collaboratively, and our users can share with each other the stuff that they've built using GT eForms. We really believe in our product. We believe that it can help. While a lot of companies in the downturn have been cutting their R&D expenditures and their R&D efforts, it's going backward for some reason. Let's try this again. We've been adding stuff just over the last year. This is all the stuff that we've. Oh boy. All the stuff that we have built for the GT eForms universe, including some of the things that we just showed you, the process visualizer, that's the cool icons, the Fewsteps Workflow, functional easy workflow. So we're continuing to invest in making your business easier. Using this and using workflow, using automation, cuts to your budget don't have to mean that you have to cut your business. You can adapt to the changing economic environment. Instead of cutting productivity, you can actually cut the time and effort that it takes to be productive. If you can reduce human effort by 75% for a business process, it's a lot easier to adjust to budget cuts. I think Melissa just mentioned that just over the past while, through attrition, they've been able to reduce staff significantly in core departments. There are other factors as well besides EPAF, but up to 9, is that? Reduced 9 positions. And so that's a big impact. The University of Oklahoma Health Science Center also is able to attrit some positions. You don't have to wait for a bailout from Congress. We've got a proven track record. You can talk to any of our clients. We can help you do more with us. Okay, and just so you know, we can do this with any PeopleSoft suite, HCM, financial, other campus solutions. So we can revolutionize any business process using GT eForms. Okay, I'd like to open up for questions.
Is that all versions? All versions of any module?
Pretty much 8.8 and up. So anything that was tools 8.4 and up. Although we've also been able to adapt and do work for previous versions. The University of Alberta, for example, their HR is still on 8.3. And is that where you are? And what we did there was we installed GT eForms on an 8.8 version. There we used financials, but it could be anything. And then we hosted the eForms there, and then since we use Integration Broker to pass the transactions back to the system anyway, we just passed them back to the HR system on 8.3. So yeah, we can tell us what you're doing, what you need, and we can work something out.
Is there been much change if we went from 8.3 to 9.0 that this has to be all redone, or?
No, not really. Well, if you do this approach and you start out in a tools 8.4.9 environment, or just a more recent tools version, when you actually do the move, all you're really doing is changing where you're sending the information and the code that integrates it into that new version. So your pages can all stay the same when you make that upgrade. What they see, your routings, your emails that you kick off, all that stays the same. And you just change what system gets the information on the back end. Okay, good question. Thank you. Other question? I saw in the hand over here. Yes?
Yeah, I know with some of the people code workflows I've worked with for smart notifications, one of the limits that when I was working before was we're able to get past was, you like on your example, you said, okay, this is a change to this person's, profile, like say a job data change, change their pay group, they're now in whatever.
Right.
To go back to say change from this to this, because of the road, do you have the ability to do that?
Yes. In fact, although we went through and showed you something. I'm sorry.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Sorry. His question was, we showed that something changed, but he's tried in the past using delivered work